Welcome back to another episode of Allen Police Behind the Badge. We're your hosts, Officer Sam Ripamani and Alexis Birmingham.
And today our guests are summer interns, Jackson and Cody. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. So, how's the summer been?
I mean, it's been pretty great.
A lot of fun.
Coming in as an intern. I came in looking for a summer job, just something to make a little extra money, and found out about this internship. And I couldn't, looking for a summer job is going to be pretty boring, just boring work. Ended up coming to this internship, having fun basically every day coming in. So it's been great.
Yeah. Kind of had this on my radar for a long time. I go to school up in Kansas, but actually made the trip down for the entire summer to do this. So it's been a lot of fun though. It's been great.
And did you guys want to being in law enforcement, or was this just something that you were just wanting to do over the summer?
So I grew up, both my parents were law enforcement. My dad did 30 years. My mom did 25 years. And they had always told me I'm not allowed to do law enforcement. It was totally pushed away. They said, you're not doing it. We're not letting you. So it was always in the back of my mind. So I had to push them pretty hard to let me have an internship here. And I actually talked to them about it. They said they knew when I came to do this internship that I was going to love police work. Mm-hmm. And they were right. I definitely feel like this has been a calling for me. And I'm happy to come in every day and get to work. So.
What did you want to do prior to this? I
was going the nursing route, so I was going to graduate my 4 years from University of Alabama. Roll Tide. And I was going to graduate and go to a 2-year program, and I eventually wanted to become a nurse anesthetist, but I found this route and found this is the way for me. So
you're locked in now.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Kind of similar to Cody, but not. But I've actually, my grandfather and my father both done law enforcement. My grandfather was a state trooper for about 40 years. My dad actually works for the city of Allen. He's been here about 20. And I've wanted to be a state trooper since I was about probably 6th grade. So it's been my dream forever. So this is just kind of helping me towards that path. And I've been making great connections and meeting a lot of really great people that are going to help me do that. So it's been awesome.
And do you want to be an officer or a state trooper? What route are you trying to go down?
I want to be a trooper. Yep. So it's like I said, it's my dream since I was a kid. I love the state more than anything. Like I said earlier, I go to school in Kansas, but being away for those 3 years only made me love this place more. It's really, really is special. So I think wanting to come back, kind of serve the state. Also with DPS, the opportunity to kind of see the entire state, live in different places and all that stuff, I think will be really, really cool.
But you in West Texas.
For sure. It's cool, though.
Your mama's not going to like
She's
that.
She's not, but yeah. As long as I'm in the state, I know, it'll be fun. But yeah, definitely a trooper. So
it's a cool story with Jackson. My father-in-law's retired state trooper, and they worked together, his grandfather and my father-in-law.
Neat.
So cool. I was able to take Jackson by one day and meet my in-laws, and they talked about, he told him some old stories from back in the day.
It was great. Actually, I lost my grandfather in 2015, so I was only about 10 years old. So kind of at the age where I didn't get to really hear all the fun stories, just kind of the normal stuff. So getting to sit down with Buddy and hear all that stuff, it was amazing. It was really great.
Yeah, they're good people. I got to meet your grandfather when I was around 20.
I've heard.
Yeah. I might have been driving a little too fast.
Yeah.
And he was very respectful, but I did leave there with a ticket. Yeah. That's the last citation I think I've actually gotten in my life. I've heard I don't get any more.
Yeah. It's funny, I've lived in McKinney my whole life where him and Buddy worked, and I've met people my whole life. And probably early high school, I played with the guy on my baseball team, and his dad, once he found out who my mom was and her maiden name, he knew right away. And he kind of has a reputation, but in a good way. He was honest, but you didn't really leave without a ticket most of the time. So.
He expected people to follow traffic laws,
for sure.
And he would get you if you weren't.
For sure. Yes,
He's got that impacting last name, Talifero. But
yes,
my last name actually, besides my parents, my law enforcement background goes pretty deep. My dad's dad, so my grandfather was Mass State Police. His uncle was actually the first ever captain of Massachusetts State Police. So the top academy of the Mass State Police gets the Shimkus Trophy, which is my last name. So.
No way.
Went from Massachusetts, kind of have a legacy there. My parents built a legacy in California, so I'm kind of carrying the torch out to Texas. So.
And you have a good story you could share too, what brought you here and how Larry. Can you share that?
Sergeant Williams from Allen Police worked with my dad in Hawthorne, him and Sergeant Pfeiffer as well. And Larry was actually shot in the line of duty. So when I was about 16, no, I was 10. So this was in 2016. I went to see Larry at the hospital with my dad. He had the bullet to the leg. He was all bandaged up, had so many nurses in there taking care of him. And I remember thinking like, wow, this is what my parents do every day. This is crazy. They're risking their lives for everyone. So come 10 years, fast forward, just a crazy moment, find out Sergeant Williams is working at Allen, have an opportunity to internship here. Now I actually get to go on ride-alongs with him. I think we've gone on 2 together. This crazy full circle moment going from seeing him laying up in the hospital bed to working besides him. It's amazing. That's God's work right there. So
you even got to hang out with Pfeiffer also, right? During SWAT trainings.
Meet Pfeiffer,
and stuff.
do some SWAT trainings, actually go out to some SWAT missions. Yeah. I mean, as an intern, it's like you can't believe what we get to do. Like I have some friends who do internships, sit behind the computer all day, watch YouTube. We're actually out there getting to see all this stuff. It's so fun.
We have a chief that's that backs us, and we're able to really kind of push it and get y'all out there and get you some real life experience to where we want you to hopefully take that step and come into this career after you're done with college. And I think the only way to do that is to actually get y'all out there and see what it's really like, and put y'all with our SWAT guys and K9, and I'm sure y'all have some stories from that this summer.
Yeah, some good stories.
For sure.
Anything we can get y'all with, we've been trying to do that.
Yeah, and for us, me and Sammy, this has been our first year. We took over the internship program, and we're kind of learning ourselves. We're trying to put you guys in as much as we can get you in. I mean, from narcotics to SWAT, like all around, and give you the full meal. Because I mean, for me, I've done an internship before, and I've sat behind that computer, and it was not fun at all. So getting you guys out in the field and being able to learn and just, meet all our officers and build that relationship, because those are the ones that you will have forever. And you can always reach out to them and, have that point of contact. So I'm so happy for you guys that you've enjoyed it.
We're super thankful for this opportunity and everything.
And it's been really nice. A lot of officers, they've been able to reach out, get our phone numbers, and they text us, and they always whatever you need, just let us know. And it's been really great. So
and even walking in the mornings, it's like we're getting to know everyone. We're seeing already getting our nicknames. Some not good, but getting our nicknames already. Feel like we're really part of it. Yeah, so it's a great community here. Everyone's been super welcoming. Obviously, like first day coming to work at a police department, it's pretty intimidating. But, I'm 20, Jackson's 21.
Just turned 21,
so it's like intimidating walking in, seeing all these guys in uniform, guns everywhere, but super welcoming, and just had a great time.
For sure. I think it's definitely helped, though. We've both been around it our entire lives, having that law enforcement in our family. So, but
there's definitely that comfort level. Sure. You can tell you've been around law enforcement.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I see that like in college, if we get, we get pulled over or something, all these guys are all jittery and stuff. I'm like, it's just another guy, They're usually just really cool people.
Just be honest.
For sure. It gives you like a new sense of seeing law enforcement, like, because you talk to 90% of people are like, oh, the police, I'm scared of the police. When in reality, they're super nice, like humble guys just going to do their job. So it's been definitely cool to actually firsthand experience that with Jackson, and glad we get along. So
it's helped a lot.
It's so shocking because these guys are like, you would never know, but they're like best friends.
Yeah. A lot of people
back and forth.
They're like, did y'all know each other before?
Everyone's like, did you know Cody before? I was like, no, I met him about a couple weeks ago, and now, they can't tell.
So we routinely call them Harry and Lloyd. I'm not going to say what movie that's from, but for those that know movies, you'll be able to figure that one out pretty easy.
Yeah, it'd be
pretty which one's Harry and which one's
Lloyd.
It changes daily.
They know. They can figure it out.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I can't believe summer's already coming to an end.
Yeah.
You got football starting up soon.
I do. Yep. I'm going back in about probably a week and a half now. Got 2 days starting up, all that stuff. So I've been working out. Sorry. I've been working out, but it's been really nice. One of the things that Allen does, they're super huge on their physical fitness of their officers. So I get an hour every day to go work out, and I get paid for it, which has been awesome. And the be having access to the boxing gym as well. There's racks, machines, a ton of stuff that's really helped me, and I got to do a little bit above and beyond of what I was supposed to do with football. So I'm really excited to get back in there and
I haven't seen you climb the rope yet.
I'm not doing that. I don't know if you hold me up.
Hey, that rope's snapping from the ceiling.
There you go.
There it is. Yeah, I went in there and worked out with you. I think me and Cody were in there one day, and you were doing your squats, and he's over there repping like 400 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, we're over here, doing our little exercises. Here comes Jackson. Every plate in the gym is on his bar. I'm like, can we use some of those?
And
Like,
Sammy comes over and picks up the bar, looking like he's about to squat it, and starts doing heel raises with it.
No chance.
show
If
off
I'm
real
starting
quick.
to squat that, I'm not coming back up. It's not going to happen.
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Do you guys have any good stories you can share?
Oh man.
yeah, we got it. I get
From the summer.
You start
from the summer. Yeah, I'll tell my first.
Yeah.
Obviously, we do a lot of this stuff together, but I think my most memorable stories we were with narcotics for the week. So there's been a series of armed robberies. So the kids, I think he was 17 at the time, basically pressing people at gunpoint and stealing jewelry, stealing necklaces, rings, all that type of stuff. So we go out with narcotics. The guys take us out in their undercover cars, and we're surveilling the house. So I think we get there. We got into work at 8 a.m. that day.
Yeah.
We get to the house around 10 a.m., set up, and we're watching the house. We're just waiting to see if we can get confirmation if he's home. And if we can call SWAT, and they'll come hit the house and take him into custody. So we think, it's a kid on summer, like 2 hours. He's going to be outside. He's got to come outside eventually, right? So we sit at the house from 10 a.m. till about 8:30 p.m. So that's, I think that's about 10 and a half hours in the car. We got to know the narc guys really well, sitting in the car with them for 10 and a half hours. Sure. But so it's 8:30. We're hungry. We're tired. We're like, all right, we'll give it till 9. 9 comes, we'll call it. We'll go home, right?
Like sun is down at the
sun is down. It's dark
outside.
We're losing sight. So we're like, all right, 9 o'clock, we'll call it. Skip it 30 minutes. 8:50. Here he comes, popping out the front door. Like, happy to see him, but man, that means we got to stay another, couple hours. Yeah. So we finally get eyes on him.
Yeah. Well, originally the jump guys, they were going to see if they can just grab him real quick. Just get him off the street, get him over with. He was on the phone with someone.
He goes on the phone. Yeah. He finally shows up out of the front door. So about 10 minutes before we were going to leave, typical timing. But so we end up making the call. They call out SWAT, and they hit the house at about, it was like 10 minutes after midnight. So it was 12:10 in the morning. Yeah. Super fast. Like all happened in like 5 minutes. It was so cool to see. Mm-hmm. Like they threw in the 9-banger. You're hearing all the neighbors waking up.
I heard
we're jolted full of action. It's midnight.
You can tell them we fell asleep in the car before.
Yeah, we're dozing off in the car waiting.
We're taking 15-minute increments on
15-minute naps, thinking back and forth. So they hit the house, take them into custody. It was really cool to see. But I think we ended up having a 18-hour workday that day. So that was awesome.
It wasn't designed to be.
Yeah, but they were like, "Oh, you guys can go home," and we're like,
"No way,
we got to see this through." Like, I'm too invested at this point.
Way too much time.
I had already gone home, had dinner. I was actually getting in bed, and I got the call out to come back in for the SWAT mission. So
I think we got to the station at 1:30, just getting done, and you texted me. I was like, "Oh, Rip's out here."
When I heard that. Because I was there for negotiator purposes, but also we deal with the media. Mm-hmm. And I was like, when I heard that 9-bang go off in 12:30 in the morning or whatever it was, I was like, oh my gosh, my phone's gonna start ringing. Mm-hmm. But believe it or not, it was silent, and
I know. I didn't even know. I came back to work and they were like, "Yeah, there was like a SWAT mission." They were like excited, like, "Oh,
we come back next morning we're back at 8 a.m. waiting for narcotics to get in. They're coming in at like 11. They're like, "I don't know what y'all are doing here." But what's funny is
that memo.
when we were watching the house in the cars. Obviously, we have the cars running because it's 100 degrees outside. We got to keep the cars running. And you see a car parked outside of your house for 7 hours running, it's a little suspicious. So, there's been some 911 calls on our vehicle from some neighbors. Yeah. They're walking around our car, kind of like reading out the license plate. And they end up calling, dispatch on us. And they said, "Oh, we'll come check it out." So then they know it's us. So when they hear the 9-banger and they see 10 police cars, we actually saw them peeking out the window. They're like, "Oh man, we messed up."
I think we called in on the police.
We're trying to get a bad guy off the street. We're trying to stop it, but
that's fun.
That's definitely a memorable story for me.
It's kind of puts in perspective too how in law enforcement a lot of times it can be that way. It's really slow, and then all of a sudden, it just the ceiling falls out. It just gets crazy in a split second, and then it's
and then we're stress is on.
and then it's back to calm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's up and down. You never know what's going to happen.
So what about you, Jackson? What's your
Man, I think a really good one was the next day we were together. Actually, we were just with narcotics again. They were just doing, their normal stuff.
We got to get off narcotics. Y'all are gonna make their heads work
They're gonna have some high egos after this.
Real quick. They got a call and just help out SWAT again. Just kind of shut down the street. Nothing big. So we got the call. So later that evening, we ran out there and our only job was just stop traffic. And we get there. They're trying to hit this house looking for a guy, and he ended up not being there. So we're kind of they shut down the street. They're talking to the parents. We're sitting on the edge of the street, and then the suspect's vehicle pulls around the corner, and me and Cody are the first shit see. We're like, so we called our narc guys, and they're like, get in the car. So we jumped in the truck, and then they ran out there, and they got him. But yeah,
that's fun.
I think kind of getting off narc guys. But I got to go out with K9 one night, a whole night patrol, which was really, really fun. I got to go with Officer Danko. He was he was a great guy. I mean, very, very proactive. Like he was always working, which I thought was really cool and really nice to see. Met a lot of fun new people that night. I got to I didn't get my hand in, but I got to get out of the truck and kind of listen in and just see what they do every day. And then towards the end of the night, he goes, "You want to get bit by the dog?" I was like, "Yeah." So he got me the arm sleeve and all that stuff. And
not catching doing that.
20 years, I have not been bitten by the dog once.
Oh yeah,
so
it was Rico. We were just out in some parking lot. He's like, "All right, whenever he comes out, you just take it." I'm like, "Let's do it." So he got me. It was fun though. We did it a couple times and pat him on the head, good boy, all that stuff. No, it was really fun.
See, the canines we have now are not the same from when I started in this career. We used to have one of his name was Arno, and he wasn't a massive dog, but the dog was crazy. Like if you walked close to that Tahoe, the whole Tahoe would shake. Like he didn't see this uniform and think friend, same team. No, he would bite anybody but his handler. So I was terrified. I was like, I'm never getting bit by one of those dogs. If they miss that sleeve, that's
straight through.
That's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
They were explaining to us like the mind behind the canine and how, they train it to think, and obviously they have their chew toy that they're enamored with.
Their chew toy.
So when they don't have their chew toy, they need something to attack basically and keep themselves busy with the bite. And we went out to a SWAT training and got to see how canine gets integrated with SWAT. We played some actors. So we played the bad guys, and we're coming out the house, and you hear the dog just. I think it was Rico or Nico. One of them.
They were both out there.
They were both out there, and you hear them bark, and their bark is like vicious. You just like
it's terrifying.
I was terrified. I'm like, you better not let go of that leash because we're going down if you let go. So
I don't know how anyone could ever hear that and not just okay, I'm done.
So they'll come on the radio. Like if you're chasing somebody or whatever, they're going to let the dog loose. They'll say dogs off the leash, and you just freeze because you don't want you don't want the dog to think you're the suspect, and then all of a sudden you get tackled from behind. So you just freeze, and hopefully the dog flies past you.
When they have like that bite on, they're so focused on the bite that they were actually a couple of the SWAT guys would go and put their fingers in the mouth of the dog and around the dog and pull them off, and I was like, y'all are crazy. But so well trained and just crazy to see the dedication behind that. So
one of my favorite parts when they do the sleeve and they finish the bite and then they let them have the sleeve and they run off with their tail wagging. They're like super happy. They're back to just being a friendly dog. It's really cool to watch.
I got kind of a funny story growing up. My dad, like I said, he works here, and this was not kind of I was little. I don't remember it, but he was out one night working, and our K9 guys were asking, or I think they're helping out Plano, and they're asking if anyone wanted to volunteer just doing some drills with them. My dad's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." So only thing they gave him was the leg padding. Like, oh, he's just going for the leg. My dad's like, all right. So they're out with Plano PD, and they send the dog. Dog runs up, jumps, bites him in the arm.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
So to this day, he has this big bump and this scar right here on his forearm, and I just that was in the back of my mind the whole time. I was like, "Oh, let's not keep the tradition going."
Just the arm.
I was down here with it. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
So real quick, earlier we were talking about when the SWAT warrants, we use the term 9-banger. So for the audience, for people listening, it's a flashbang essentially. Traditionally, we'd always throw a flashbang in the house, and it would go off once, and it's to create that shock and confusion. Well, now they throw one, and it actually is 9 flashbangs in one, essentially. So it really creates that shock and confusion. And so just to clarify what we were talking about earlier.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah.
It woke us up.
We're
We're 50 feet from the house.
You saw some lights pop on.
You're like, I'm concussed. So.
Yeah.
So that was good.
So SWAT and K9, what else have y'all got to do this summer?
The patrol ride-alongs. I think we've done about 6 each now.
That's good.
You know, day shift, night shift, seeing how an everyday patrol officer kind of goes about their day, goes about interacting with people, with the community, and the officers we've rode with, Officer Groves, Strickland, Baldwin, Bly, they've all been great. Super fun, funny stories and fun times with them, but also seeing how they act, carry themselves throughout, when they're going on calls, talking to people. It's been truly.
We let you ride with Officer Bly.
Yeah,
Who signed off on that?
It was interesting.
It was me.
He's
it's funny. I came in.
But it was good too because he's an FTO also, and so
exactly.
is Elaney. So
he knows a lot.
They know a lot, and they can prepare
Yeah.
you. So if you ever come back and want to work here, like they will probably be your FTOs.
I'm sure, yeah. And it was
awesome.
It was funny. I'm waiting in the break room that morning. I think it was about 5. We're waiting in the break room, and they asked me, so like, who are you riding with today? I'm like, I think I'm with Officer Bly, and they're like. I just saw their face go, they put you a bar? Like, yeah, they did. So, but it was great to see.
He's a great guy.
I'm gonna tell you one thing: if I ever get into any altercation on the street or out in this job, I want him beside me.
Yeah.
That is the guy you want on your side.
Definitely, I can see that. But riding with, I got to ride on a couple night shifts, so a lot of energy drinks, but it was good.
Yeah.
And I was with Officer Baldwin that night, and I think it was about 2 a.m, and we see a car on 75, kind of just not keeping their lane. Just average, it looked like a drunk driver. So we ended up stopping them, and they stopped. They hit the brakes and stopped in the middle of 75. So we were dead stop towards the right lane. Cars flying by us, 70 miles an hour. He actually tries to get out of the car. He's so disoriented. He tries to get out of the car. So he eventually takes the off ramp, and we can see him fidgeting in the front seat. Like, it's weird. So it turns out he was out drinking with some friends, had a little too much, and was chewing gum to try to mask the scent of the alcohol.
Doesn't help.
So the DWI comes out, the task force, they come out, perform their tests, and it's pretty clear he was intoxicated. So end up taking him into custody, taking him to hospital, getting a blood draw. And it was pretty eye-opening to see
all the process.
The process of it and just how dangerous it is. Like, it was 9 steps forward, 9 steps backward is one of the tests, and to not even be able to get a step, getting behind the wheel is truly it was scary. Yeah. So
Well, it's scary for the officer too, because officer safety is very important. But for somebody to stop right in the middle of the highway, I mean, that's
scary.
pretty scary and nerve-wracking for sure.
Well, I just want to give props to you guys real quick. I mean, kind of coming into this, y'all asked us what our intent was after this, kind of what we want to do. When I told y'all, DPS and the state troopers, y'all really oriented my some of my ride outs this summer to be with that. So I got to spend a couple days with CMV, Will and Derek, stopping those 18-wheelers, doing those stops. And I got to do traffic this week with Officer Roundtree. That was a lot of fun, sitting up on the tollway and that, chasing down some speeders. And y'all just have done a great job of really kind of giving me a taste of what I would deal with every day, which I really thank you guys for. And it's been great. It's actually almost reinforced my
we really didn't know what we were getting into when Chief said, "Hey, I want y'all to run the intern program."
Yeah, and I think our hope was just to place you where you want to be and where, I guess, what your goals are, and make sure that it aligns and you get to experience that, because a lot of times, you have it in your mind, oh, I want to go into nursing, or this is what I really want to do, and you start working. Like, for me, I wanted to do HR for a while, and then I started working in HR, and I was like, whoa, hold on. And it's a lot of policies and just different things, and it wasn't for me.
Some
where
mad listeners right now from HR.
my mother.
Sorry. But I loved city management, and I knew I had a niche, and I loved being out in the community and just being very involved. I I knew what I liked, but being able to do it firsthand and get that experience, it really shows like, this is my passion. This is where I need to be. And for you guys, I wanted the same, like, an internship is not, you're not going to get that experience sitting behind a computer and,
Exactly.
you know, you need to be out and see what officers are doing. Cause not just patrol, but there's so much to a police department, like different areas that you can be in, or just promoting up the ranks and, you know, going to CID, like narcotics, different stuff. So it's just finding what interests you and what you want to do.
Yeah, I can easily, I think we're both very thankful for this. Thankful to you guys as well. But to think that this is a summer job, a summer internship, blows my mind every day.
I was about to say that.
I come from working at school and I'm in college. I work at a restaurant. You know, it's hard work. You work your tail off and for some extra money, and to come here and have a summer job, you're like, oh, boring summer job. Let me try to find something. Getting this has just been
I was gonna say,
blessed.
I think
lucky.
we've definitely said a lot of times, I can't believe we're getting paid to do this, which is crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, and secretly, Jackson, I'll be honest, I was really hoping we would pull you away from the DPS side.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I understand that's where your love and passion
For
is.
sure.
And, you know, you can go and do that.
For sure.
Hopefully
And
you'll be in Collin County one day.
Of course,
so we
yeah. I
can
mean,
work
that's the end
together.
goal. But yeah, and it's been real. I mean, I've had sit down talks with my dad. Y'all have made it really hard. And I mean, there was a stint where I'm like, I kind of want to come to Allen, you know? Like, I mean, just like how
I've been wanting it.
this guy, yeah. But I mean, just the way like the community y'all have and the way you guys police and how y'all are allowed to actually police, and y'all don't put up with people trying to get away with things, and it's just been really hard. Especially that new PD looks really cool. all that new gym and all that stuff it's all really cool and really hard. But yeah, definitely.
It may not be initially. You may
Of course,
DPS may be, you know, where you go first, and
For sure.
you may one day want to come here.
He's coming
Door's
back.
not closed
Yeah,
completely.
Of course, yeah.
I'm making,
And,
I'm
and
making
Cody,
sure
where do you
we're
want to see yourself working?
I see myself here after this internship.
All right.
I've gotten the chance to look at my parents' old departments in Hawthorne, California, Redondo Beach, and kind of see the dynamics of it. And coming here has just been, I feel like I really fit in here. I like the way everything's run. Allen's a great city. Has a great police department. The inner workings of it, the relationships you build, have been really something I can see myself doing for a long time. So.
And mom and dad are coming around to it.
They're coming around every day. It's like I'm picking at them a little bit.
There you go.
I'm picking the ice. So
I bet seeing you on the news last night, they were pretty.
yeah, I was
I'm
able
sure
to
they
be on
were
the news
proud,
last
yeah.
night. So just think a summer job and I'm getting an interview on the news. It's crazy. So I think they see that I'm getting some congrats texts from my neighbors. That's it's been
So for
pretty
those
cool.
listening, you can go to NBC5 and look up the Allen Police Department intern. There was a story ran last night with Cody and Sergeant Larry Williams from their past in California to kind of full circle moment coming to Allen. So
Complete full circle.
good story to
Yeah.
go check out.
For sure.
So come here, and when do you graduate?
I graduate. The plan is May of 27.
Plan
so
is May.
It's happening.
All right.
It's May of 27.
Good deal.
So yeah, I'll graduate with my public health major and a Spanish minor, and come back here and hopefully get to work. So
That's the plan. I hope that
yes, sir.
happens. And Jackson, you're going to graduate as well.
Yep. So I'm going to be a senior this year at my school. It's called Benedictine College. It's north of Kansas City. It's a little town called Atchison. I am going into my senior year. I'm with a major in business management with a minor in sales. But actually with football, I redshirted my freshman year, and I've been given the opportunity to do my master's degree there, and they cover a lot of it. So I'm thinking just get to play football another year, knock out my
All right.
master's. So
And-
that's probably the plan.
And your dad, he's pretty proud. Somebody
sure.
might have earned the starting center position coming into the
Yes,
season,
yeah.
right?
It's
It's not,
exciting.
I earned it, but still got fall camp coming up, so there's going to be a lot.
You got to keep
And
working hard.
for sure.
right?
Got to keep it. So there's a lot of good. I will say I got to give props to my team and my coaches for one letting me come down here. They have a summer program, of course, working out all summer, and talking to my coaches, they let me come down and do this, and I'm just forever grateful for that because it really has helped my future career. But I mean, I just am a part of a really special place up there. It's a small school, but small team, player-led team, and I've made a new family up there, and it's a blessing being up there. I went up there not knowing anybody. I met my girlfriend now. She's amazing, and my sister actually followed me up there the year after. So yeah, I mean, I've got a whole new family up there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the longest I've been home since 2023.
Well, I hope you come home next summer since you're still going to be in school.
For sure.
Maybe you can be a summer intern.
Yeah, back-to-back summer interns.
We'll let Cody be your boss.
If he's working here. He'll be going right along with me. So that's actually
that sounds terrible idea.
Sounds great. Great.
I don't know how you're letting him be the boss of anybody, but that
not right away.
Okay.
That's actually one of the, we come from very different schools. Small Catholic school. Yeah. Me, the total opposite. I'm one of the biggest schools in the nation. I'm lucky to be able to go there, but with my scholarship and coming back, I do kind of miss that, small school aspect. My freshman year of high school, I had 30 kids in my freshman class, so it was very inner workings, and then moved out to Texas, and my high school looked like a college. I was like, am I in the right place? So
it's funny you say that. My college actually smaller than my high school.
I went the opposite direction.
Straight backwards, yep. So, but yeah.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, we usually end our podcast with one thing you want to tell the community, but what would be something that you would tell like an intern or somebody that's applying?
I would say, first off, apply. If this is something you feel called to do, definitely just get your name out there, try to apply, see if you can get it. And if you do get it, I would say just take advantage of every opportunity you can do. There's so many things to do every day here, and if it is something you're called to do, just try to get out there, try to get that firsthand experience, because already I'm feeling more prepared than ever for what I'm going to do in the future, and it's kind of led me down this path. So I'm very thankful for that.
I'll probably say it's going to be a little intimidating at first. There's some there's requirements to do this. You have to be going into your senior year, 3.0 GPA in college, and then you're put through an oral board, stuff like that, which can be really intimidating.
Oral board, drug test, yeah.
I mean, it's all officers in uniform questioning you and asking why you want to do this, and it can be intimidating, even guys that have been around it. But it's really great. I mean, it's really a family here, and there's never been a day where we haven't felt that. Like, everyone's taking care of us, and they've done a great job. So I would say just go out and do it and apply, and also get ready to work.
Yeah, be ready. I was just gonna say that. Be ready to work. It's not.
They give us our full 40 hours a week. We like to do our 410s, get our Fridays off, but just get ready to work, have fun doing it, and
it's not easy, but definitely worth it. And that whole interview process, I was coming into the interview.
Talking about today.
I'm like, am I going to wear like a polo? Or what am I going to wear? So I end up sending an email, and it's like, no, suit attire. So I actually had to go buy some clothes. So I went and bought some clothes, and I go in, and I'm nervous, obviously. I got a little bit of sweating going on. So I'm like, okay, is this going to be like a one-on-one type of thing?
Yeah.
So I get called back, and I see 4 officers. I see 2 lieutenants, and then Officer Vamani and Ms. Birmingham. It was so intimidating. I was like, They start asking me, and I see a full packet of questions. I'm like, are they going to ask me all those questions? Sure enough, they're going through. I'm like, I just want to be an intern.
I finished school the 12th, and my interview's on the 14th. I ran home that 13th, got a haircut, got all cleaned up. I'm like, I gotta look good for this. I get ready.
Grew out the mustache overnight.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, gotta fit in.
And I'm not gonna lie, Cody, your interview kind of came in late.
Yes.
So we didn't know anything about and Sergeant Williams and Sergeant Pfeiffer, none of that. And then we didn't even know that till after the interview. So that was kind of neat. That I was glad to see you didn't use that as a trying to help you out.
A little unfair. Like
who do that?
But when you came in, I was like, we were all kind of like, man, we're glad we added you because y'all both did excellent in your in your interviews and.
And I think our reasoning behind having so many people in that interview was, if you are wanting to get in law enforcement, you will have to sit in an oral board, and there will be more than 4 people. Sure. And they are all going back and forth asking you pretty challenging questions, I will say. And they will pressure you and try to get you to say the wrong thing. But we wanted to see, how you handled that. And it's always good to, at least try once, and then you kind of get that under your belt and know where, your weak spots are and where you can work and get better at. So you got a little practice there, and you did really good. Both of you did.
It was preparing. I kind of see what the future's like.
I was like, man, I got this. And then you started cracking down on me. I was like, oh, I had
a
Jackson had to.
He had a
course,
banter with me.
I've
So.
known him for a while. Man, what was I? Junior in high school?
Yeah, he came and did tobacco stings with me, and I think we finally shut it down because everybody was wanting to sell tobacco to because he looked like at the time it was still 18 to purchase tobacco, and he looked like he was about 20 to 22, and it's that mustache.
I've never been so nervous in my life. I walked into that. I think it was a 7-Eleven, the first one we did. I'm like, can I get the cigarettes? He's like, which one am I?
Those? He just started grabbing it. Yeah, those will do.
Yeah, he's like pointing. I'm like, oh yeah, stop right there.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I like to see when I have a a teenager come out and do tobacco things. I want to see I want them to be nervous and not be in there. Yeah, I'll take that pack of Marlboro.
Yeah.
Right there. Like, have they done this before? So
For sure.
I don't think they'd sell to me. Even now, I'm turning 21 in 2 months. I don't even think they'd do it to me.
Yeah,
so.
for those listening or watching, but we're doing events together, and they're like, "Are you guys in high school?" I'm like, "What?" And then I say, "Cody looks like he's
Cody.
in high school." So
Yeah, I got asked. I told them I was going into my senior year. They're like, "Oh, what college you going to?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in college."
my senior year in college.
Yeah.
But I think I can speak for both of us. Y'all have been a joy to have this summer. Like be around. Like it's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
we've
Yeah.
had
We've
fun.
tried to
been
get
great.
y'all into as much stuff as we could, and we didn't even talk about y'all got to go to the gun range and shoot guns.
Yeah, we
like
get to shoot the new
interns,
Cicadas.
future interns listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to shoot guns.
A lot of cool stuff. I think
lot of cool stuff.
maybe drive track. Is
Drive track,
on
yeah, I
the
get to
calendar.
drive
Yeah.
He actually lets us drive his city car around.
I don't know
so
if
we
you
can
can
get
say
lucky
that.
with that.
It's not my insurance.
We're city employees, don't worry. But
So yeah, that is one thing. You will get to drive city cars as one of our PD interns. It's not, and I know we talk about all the fun stuff. There is things like with any job, y'all are, that aren't always fun projects to do, but
Taking the boxing ring
Yep.
down, putting it back
We set
up,
it
taking
up
it.
3 boxing rings
three
in one
boxing
day.
rings for a tournament.
Yeah.
Take
So
a load
there's
down.
some
do it
manual
again.
labor
There's some-
involved,
It's work.
Yeah.
It's not all.
I think
it's not all
yesterday
fun.
I got to go out with SWAT, and I think yesterday I got to about 115 outside, and I'm running around, and we're doing simulations. So they have the sim rounds in their rifles. So I got a long sleeve on, a vest, and a full mask, and we're running through this house, and it was one of like those firehouses no AC anything, and I'm in there just sweating my butt off, and but yeah, no, it was so fun though, and yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get shot
That's a
with
bad example. I had
sim
fun
rounds.
yesterday. Yeah,
You talking about what?
I did get
That's
shot
fun.
though a couple
Yeah.
times. Got a couple
Some
welts.
sim
so,
rounds. With
yeah.
sim rounds, not actual bullets.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, no, it's like paintball,
Paint and
fancy
soap,
paintball.
I think.
Yeah,
They're filled, so.
yeah.
No, but I've just it's been great having you guys, and we're honestly going to miss you guys.
We really
Yeah.
are. Yeah, I've set the bar really high
Yeah.
for next summer when we hire new interns again. We gotta try and get somebody to match y'all's energy, your
Yeah.
work ethic, and everything that goes along with that. So
Thank you.
we appreciate everything y'all have done
Yeah, and
for
thank
us.
you guys.
And,
Yes, thank you guys
of
for
we're
this
hoping
opportunity.
this time next year we're doing a follow up. Cody's now wearing
Yeah.
an Allen
Yeah,
Police badge,
sure.
and maybe get you back in here one day.
Yeah, eventually, maybe one
in your
day.
DPS
Yeah,
uniform.
yeah. I told him one day.
Allen
yep.
Police uniform.
Yeah, it's a couple years from now to do a part 2 to this. and we're all
Yeah, I
in
just
all
want
our
to be
stuff.
on the oral board for the next intern.
Yeah.
Think you got what it takes? I want to hit him with one of those. Like, I've been through this. Right? Well, Jackson there too.
Yeah.
So we'll let you be in Jackson's old board if he comes back
Oh,
next
wow,
summer.
okay.
He'll start laughing.
You're gonna make me
Oh,
laugh the
you're
whole time.
gonna
I'm not
start
gonna take it
laughing.
serious. Yeah.
Anyway, well, we appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
if you'd like to learn more about our intern program, you can check us out on our website, allenpolice.org.
And make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, leave them down below.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.